Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Just for Today Daily Meditation. It's January 3rd. We are getting into our greatest need. Let's get it. Good morning, everybody. Happy to have you here. We're going to have a great day today. We're going to go over the Just for Today and move on into it. Without further ado, let's get started. Do yourself a favor right now. Go like, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff. Make sure you hit the bell so you never miss one of our videos. And enjoy this one. We eventually redefine our beliefs and understanding to the point where we see that our greatest need is for knowledge of God's will for us and the strength to carry that out. So when I read this, it makes me think about 11th step, right? We sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with a God of our understanding and the power to carry, only for knowledge of His will and the power to carry that out. So to me, I need to know what God's will is for me. So hopefully in here, we're going to see how we redefine, okay, our beliefs around our God of our understanding, or even what His will is. So we're going to, at first, in active addiction, our definition of God's will may have been different. I remember finding $20 and saying to myself, wow, God definitely wanted me to get high today. And that's based on my belief system. So in recovery, as we stay clean and as we go through this journey, we redefine what God's will is for us, as well as begin to build a better belief system and understanding of what our higher power's will is for us. Now, not only are we praying that our higher power is going to give us the knowledge, so I want to know what my higher power's will is for me, what should I do, what's the direction I should go in, but we also want to pray for the strength. We need to have the strength to carry that out. Some people know exactly what they need to do, they just never have the power to go out and do it, the actual strength to do the plan. So one, we need to know what the plan is, what God's will is for us. And two, we need to have the power to actually carry that out. So when we first got clean, we may have had all different ideas about what we need, okay? Some people think that they need medication, they need to do this, they need this type of sponsor. Some of us set our sights on amassing personal possessions. We wanted to get personal possessions. So some people wanted the shoes, the clothes, the girl, the money, the car, things like that. We may have had a belief system and defined recovery as materialistic. We thought recovery equaled outward success. So these are some examples of how we believe that recovery is some sort of outward success. That, again, it's the money, the cars, the this, the that, the job. And when we see that, that's what attracts us there, but we equate that with recovery. Some other instances where people do equations like this, like that equal, some people think that sex equals love, right? They make those common mistakes and there seems to be issues in their relationship. So if some people come to believe that outward success equals recovery, they may see some issues in their relationship with their recovery. Recovery does not equal success.
Recovery does not equal success.
Today we believe our greatest need is for spiritual strength and guidance, okay? Not physical strength, mental strength, or anything like that. Physical guidance, mental guidance. We want spiritual strength and guidance. We want to know what is going to make our spirit feel good. Not immediately, but what is going to give us that foundation in which our spirit is going to feel good, our spirit is going to be positive. Where is the guidance? Where's the path that I need to take? And some of us may know the path, some of us may have the strength. It's about just getting into it. Everybody's going to start off at a different place in their spirituality based on what they did before to check it out, based on what maybe religious, their family, socio-bio-economic type of ways that they may have been introduced to spirituality. Some people may have a strong spiritual sense, maybe a small spiritual sense. It's up to the individual to understand where they are on this spectrum of their spirituality, even gauging it as a negative one. Some people have a negative relationship with their spirituality and want a positive one. It's important to find some sort of balance, or at least gauge yourself where you're at in the beginning, so that you can see what the path ahead is going to look like, and even prepare yourself on the daily things needed in order to get and fulfill the guidance and strength of whatever you believe your God's will is. Now, if you have any issues with the idea of God or anything like that, this is just like the plan that you're going with. So say you want to lose weight. God's will for you is not to eat McDonald's and shit food, okay? God's will for you is to eat healthy, to exercise, to be happy, to get good sleep, recover, all that stuff. So just, you don't need to call it God's will. You just need to understand that this is the fucking plan that I need to stick with in order to lose weight, okay? In recovery, this is the plan that I need to stick with in order to maintain recovery. That's all we're gauging right here. What is the plan, and do I have the power to actually carry out that plan in order to maintain and attain long-term recovery? The greatest damage done to ourselves in our active addiction was the spiritual damage that we did to ourselves. The pain that engulfs in our spirit from the repeated using over and over, hurting people, lying, cheating, stealing, we begin to form a very depressed spirit. We become very sad, very isolated, very despaired. Our belief systems around the world begin to change. We may think that people are out to get us, people don't support us, they're not willing to help us, when that's an unhealthy and untrue belief system about the world we live in, deriving from our addiction. Our primary motive was dictated by our using. We were only focused on the getting, using, finding ways and means to get more. So through this, any moment that presented itself where I was able to get one, to me was a God-sent sign. That reinforced my spirituality. And I'm physically and mentally addicted to this substance, which means I'm not doing anything that has to do with anything in spirituality until I've gotten high. I can't pray until I get high. I can't go to church until I get high. Even brainstorming ideas on how I can improve my relationship with my higher power mentally is not something I'm going to do until I've reached this certain point. Our primary motives. So a primary source is like a first-hand source. Like, you want to know exactly what it is, then this is what it is. This is a person who was there, wrote this letter. This is a document from the actual event. You want primary motive. This is why this person is doing it. This is the motive behind this person's behavior. It is to get high. The getting and using and finding ways and means to get more every single day. That is what they are focused on. Why are you going here? Why are you going there? Why are you doing this? It's because I'm a fucking addict. It's because I'm addicted to drugs. That is the primary motive. It is ran by my disease. Enslaved by our overwhelming need for drugs. Our lives lacked purpose and connection. So the despair and isolation, we're disconnected from the world. We have no connection with the outside world, no connection with friends, family. We lack purpose. The only purpose we have is to get high. I don't have any purpose. I need you to do this. I have no purpose to do stuff for other people. I have no purpose other than getting high. So what do you need? Do you need drugs? Do you need me to get you something? Do you need me to help you with something? That's all I know. That's my only purpose. I have no other purpose. My only connections are with people who are getting high. I have no other connections. None. The only connections I have are with people who are getting, using, and finding ways and means to get more. That's all I'm focused on. We were spiritually bankrupt. I don't have anything to give you. I don't have any for a conversation. I don't have any to share with you. I don't have any prayers to give to you. I need all the prayers I can get. How am I supposed to pray for you? I'm not going to tell people to pray for you. I need people to pray for me. We are bankrupt spiritually. Sooner or later, we realize in our recovery, our greatest need is for knowledge of our higher power's will for us and the power to carry that out. There, we will find direction and a sense of purpose that our addiction had hidden from us. So by sitting down and brainstorming, what is my purpose? Like, what do I value the most? What do I want to keep in my life? By sitting there and just brainstorming about this, you're going to identify exactly what your direction is. You're going to identify what is your will. If you're starting with addiction, quitting any addiction you have is your higher power's will for us. Your higher power, your God of your understanding, does not want you to be using and putting yourselves constantly in these positions, okay? So by understanding, okay, what is God's will for me? You may say, okay, to stop using drugs. So to stop using drugs, I also need to do this A, B, and C. So I need God to give me the strength to do A, B, and C, okay? One, we just have to sit back and think about, okay, what do I need to do? Okay, if I'm a drug addict, then I'm gonna need to go to treatment, go to therapy, get a job, do this, do that, go to meetings, get a sponsor. That's what I'm gonna have to do. The second part is the power to actually carry that out. So dude, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't have the power to carry it out, then you're not going to do it. And some people have the power to carry it out, they just don't have the knowledge. So they're putting all the power in the wrong area, in the wrong direction, and they don't have the knowledge that what they're doing is wasting time. We need both. We need one, the knowledge, and two, the power to carry it out. We need both, and it requires our higher power to get those answers. So from understanding the knowledge, okay, I'm gonna have the direction. I'm gonna know, okay, this is the map, this is the direction, this is the location, when, where, who, what, how, so on and so forth. And then the next I'm gonna get is my purpose. Okay, what is this going, what am I going to be used for throughout this? Now, the purpose isn't discovered immediately, it could be, but through doing this, we're going to discover purpose. You know, maybe the purpose of doing this journey is to be a sponsor for someone else. Maybe the purpose of this journey is to be there for a family member. Maybe the purpose of this journey is to be a better employee. It doesn't matter what the purpose is. We're going to discover that once we just know what direction I go in and start going in it. In our God's will for us, we find freedom from self-will. Self-will is stubbornly doing what one wants despite attempts to persuade someone otherwise, in a nutshell, real simply. So our self-will is we know where we should go, we know what the rule is, we have the knowledge, we have the power, but we're choosing not to stubbornly against people asking us, like, hey, can you not do this? Can you do this? Could you not do that? And stubbornly, we refuse that. That is self-will. And it doesn't need to be from other people. It can be from our body. Like our body could be telling us to lose weight, to quit smoking, to stop using drugs. But we are stubbornly going with what we want to do despite attempts and wishes of other people to persuade us otherwise. You see this with people leaving against medical advice, like, hey, you shouldn't go, you came here to fix your addiction, why would you leave? And people are like, nope, I got this, I'm leaving, and they just fucking go, and they leave against the medical advice, and they take their own will, stubbornly not listening to what people have to say. They have a plan, and they're gonna go with it, and it's the wrong one, and they find themselves in worse of a position than they started in. So right now, we're getting into some serious needs. Like, this is our greatest need, the number one need. This is the number one thing that you need to attain recovery. Our greatest need is for our higher power, knowledge of our higher power's will for us, and the power to carry that out. This is so important. I need to know what direction I'm supposed to go in. And when I get the answer, I need my higher power to remove my fucking ego so I do it. So I don't think I'm doing it, so I don't think I got the right answer. I gotta fucking actually do it. And then, once we're out of this sham of our own will and we're focused on our God's will, that gives us the freedom to act like a productive, normal person in society, equal with others in society. We are no longer an addict in active addiction. We're a recovering addict who's doing the right thing, changing our life one day at a time. Now, there's nothing wrong with outward success. I don't want people to think that just because you get successful doesn't mean you're not appreciating the benefits that come with recovery. Like, we're not saying that. But if we're not spiritually connected to the process of how this came to be, then we're robbing ourselves, regardless of how successful we may be. We're only appreciating a part of it. We're not appreciating the whole thing. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with outward success, but make sure that you are spiritually connected in the time where you have this outward success. That arrogance is just going to take it away just as fast as we got it. Just for today, I will seek the fulfillment of my greatest need, a vital, guiding connection with a God of my understanding. I hope you found this video helpful. I will see you tomorrow for January 4th, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, folks.